Albon, the head of the chapter, Alex, the priest, Listri, the keeper of the Arcana, Oliver, the chapter informant, Gavin
Chad.
Pocket, yeah, the armor and stable master, Bernakatognus, the chef and gardener guy, Gwen, public relations staff, who has a cat named Oreo. We ate pot roast and stew for dinner. We're staying in a simple yet spacious room. There's one for the guys and one for the girls. We had our contracts explained by Gwen and Flower, yeah. And then they talked to us about how the nearby land has some sort of darkness. And we also met someone named Jonas who was very tall.
Jonas brother.
And then we went on our first job at a ranch nearby that was under attack by some massive dragonflies. We fought the dragonflies and Thrim almost died. And then we all went to the bar after and we sat in a Denny's booth. And that was it. That's what I wrote.
All right. Anybody want to fill out any details? That was the general gist of it.
Pretty sweet. That is everything that happened. What do you mean?
We had some interesting conversations about the fact that like it seems like more of the party than not is from another plane. And in particular the three Genasi kind of like were sort of interacting with each other and sort of feeling each other out, I think. There was some interesting like play from Kenya about how she seems kind of like to understand more of the world around, and like she seems the most, to me at least, she and Thrim seemed the most equipped to like actually be mercenaries. Like in terms of like in the context that we're in. And some of the rest of us seemed equipped for other things, but maybe not necessarily to understand everything that was going on around us. Perhaps I am just speaking for Flower in that case.
No, accurate statement.
I think Zira is probably also quite equipped to be a mercenary.
Yeah, that's
Knows
true.
the world.
Yeah, Zira also understands the world and seems to. Zira,
So
I
the
remember
three people who are actually from the plane.
Yeah, Zira and Kenya also had some kind of interesting like tension, banter. Like they seem to not quite always be in agreement. But Zira had these kind of like interesting moments where like she would sort of throw shade, but then like I think she paid for everyone's drinks at the end. Like there's like some moments of sort of depth of like maybe she's not as as sort of like prickly as she seems.
Bitchy.
Okay. Very well.
Oh, and Wake also seemed flustered around Priya.
Oh, yeah.
I was
Yes.
hoping you forgot about that.
Nope.
Nobody did.
Nope.
Oh,
I'm certainly
very well.
geared to exploit it.
Flower was also just like truly insane per you like in the battle. She just like rode roads around like a mount.
Road.
Like theoretically for his, in her mind it was for his protection, but everyone else after the battle was like, hey, maybe don't do that. To be fair, we also had a hey, maybe don't do that conversation with our wizard running into the middle of combat.
Yes.
And almost
we
dying.
Did have that conversation.
I don't recall.
Well, you should.
We definitely had that conversation, but Thrim seemed to sort of be like, this is what dwarves do. So in both cases it seemed like we kind of had tried to have some like let's maybe change our strategy sort of conversations, and neither of the two people that were critiqued seemed particularly receptive to the critique. But we did finish our mission though, and like got commended for it, and we got paid, I think 50 gold each.
We got gold stickers.
Yep. All right then. Very well.
Okay, I'll take better notes. That's what I learned.
You got the skeleton of the session.
Zira, you do get a point of inspiration for starting the recap and volunteering.
For fucking trying.
And no, it was good gist of the session. Covered everything. So, it is now. Man, I keep seeing the voice connected on Discord just go to red every single time I speak, and I'm just wondering if I'm just a robot
You're
right
good.
now.
No,
Oh,
you're
you
good.
sound
You're
fine.
good. Keep going.
We would let you
We'll
know,
let you
my
know.
guy.
Okay. It is now the morning after your first.
Are we recording, by the way?
We are.
Oh,
I got it.
Should I
Okay.
be streaming?
You can if you want.
It's
I'm
up to you if you want.
If you
I am
so
recording. I
choose.
realized that I forgot to like upload the session, and so I'm currently doing that, but sometimes it says it will take 1,000,000 hours to do it, so I'll try to I'll upload the first session to YouTube and put it in the
So
the
is this
Discord when I
officially
can.
going to be session 2? Sorry to cut you off.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes, I wanted to be part of it.
Okay. So, it is the morning after your first contract with the Freelancer Syndicate. Some of you, particularly Thrym, wake up fairly sore from your brush with death in the previous day. Some of you got hit pretty hard. Really, the people that got hit yesterday are Wake, Rhodes, and Thrym. Yes?
Oh yeah.
A little Yeah. bit.
Oh.
Rhodes got like, all the
However-
healing, though, so.
Yeah, Rhodes
True.
got inundated with healing.
True. However, how does everybody wake up? What is everybody's morning routine this morning? Anybody want to start? Volunteer?
Thrym, usually an early bird, will probably sleep in a bit today.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's got his ass beat.
Yeah, a little bit.
Flower is also an early bird. She wakes up pretty much like with the sun. She is used to there being light all over the place always, so she's like really, really sensitive to it. And I imagine that the routine since they've gotten here is like she sleeps sort of like not too far away from where Rhodes is, and she's pretty good at sort of like tiptoeing and pattering around. So I imagine she likes to be outside, so she probably like hangs out, gets up pretty early, and then like hangs out in the garden by herself.
Okay. Well,
I have one.
go ahead.
I had a thought. I imagine just now I've decided that Priya would also be a typically early riser, and if she was at all able to, she'd try to get a high vantage point, maybe say a roof if possible.
Sure. You can definitely ask around if there's some sort of roof access or.
I mean, she'd also just try to get up there herself.
Okay. Give me. Well, let's give it an investigation check. See if we can find some place
Oh, I rolled
higher up.
really well. 15.
15. Exploring the grounds of the Freelancer Syndicate, you make your way up to the second floor. You know your way to the head of the chapter's office. You didn't really see anything there, so you decide to go the opposite way, down to the right, away from the study that is at the top of the stairs. And you come across, at the very end, another set of double doors. Well, actually, this isn't a set of double doors. It's one singular wooden door. And judging by the outside of you take the tower that is at the very end of the building. try to enter through this door?
Sure.
Okay. You try the handle and you try to push your way in, and you find it locked.
Well, I don't know how to fix that. Maybe I'll go find Kenya.
Okay.
Bust down this door for me. And by bust, I mean lockpick it.
Fair enough. So you go and find Kenya. Is Kenya an early riser as well, or more of a
What time
sleep
is
in?
it?
Early riser would be like 6 a.m.
Yeah, so it's stupid early when I come shake your shoulder.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
Should be like,
can you open this door I'm trying to get into?
um,
For non-nefarious reasons?
yeah.
I just want to... you think that they'd have better roof access. I just wanted to see the sunrise.
I can do my best.
Your best is amazing.
She'll go with Priya.
I show her.
Priya leads you to this same dark wood door at the end of the hall of the second floor. You look at it and, well, try to look for a lock. But it doesn't have one.
Oh, I suppose I should have noticed that before I woke you up. Pulled you out.
Sure. Give me a mediation check.
That's a no.
Okay. You don't see a lock anywhere, just the handle. It's stumped you for now.
Maybe
I guess I'll ask-
That doesn't have a lock.
I know. You could boost me up. Ours too tall, but like, is there like a first floor that she can boost me up to?
Or a ladder.
You do remember at the very end of the hall, before you turn right to the head of the Aegis Chapter's office, there was like a balcony of sorts. That you could possibly check if the door is open.
That's the one, I guess. Come with me on my nonsense mission.
Okay.
I just wanted to see the sunrise.
Can Flower be like, since she's out there, I don't know exactly the layout of this place, but can she be watching any of this from the garden where she's like trying to identify various flowers?
They are all inside, so you wouldn't.
Okay.
You would be out in the courtyard, yeah.
Yes.
I
Yes.
thought we were outside.
Yeah, I
have-
thought
have
everybody
something
was
for you.
outside.
I have something for Flower. I'll get back to you in a sec.
Oh, no worries. I was just curious.
Okay. Perfect. So yeah, you make your way to this balcony, and you do find the nice double doors open, and you can push your way out to this balcony.
I do so.
And you find yourself seeing the first rays of sunlight peek up over the rooftops to the east. This isn't
Well,
the highest place in the Aegis chapter, but it'll do for
it's
now.
good enough until I figure out a different way onto the roof. Thank you for coming with me. Anyways, Kenya.
Yeah, I had nothing better to do.
All right. While you enjoy the sunrise there, I do want to get over to Flower, who's in the courtyard. And when you enter the courtyard, you find the courtyard's still trying to wake up, but there is one person, a familiar figure, the familiar hulking figure of Bear.
Hi, Bear.
He looks up from preening one of the bushes, and he gives you a bright, half-orcish smile and waves. Good morning.
Good morning. What's that? What flower's that?
This is just a bush. There's no flowers to it.
Oh, she would be pointing. She would be looking at various, like, things, the brightest, probably the brightest ones. I imagine that like I imagine that her I imagine that like the flowers on the Feywild are probably they're called something different, but probably they have similar vibes, and she's trying to learn their names on this plane.
Okay. As you point to a particularly bright flower with a yellow center. Oh, hey. Sorry, I got it. Excuse me. He says, "Oh yeah, hey, that's a red poppy. Those are really pretty. You like them?"
I do. We have poppies. We have flowers that are like that. We have flowers that are like that in the Feywild.
Right, yeah. I've actually never been to the Feywild.
It's
What's it like?
beautiful. There's lots of flowers and it's very pretty and everything is very bright, but it kind of depends on where you are because sometimes it's really bright if you're in one court, but it's really dark if you're in another court. So the flowers are really different in the different places.
Interesting. So, what brought you here if it's so much prettier there?
My patron told me I had to come to the material plane, so here I am.
You made a deal. Got it. Very well. And, is your patron nice?
Yeah, she rescued me.
Oh, that's good. Well, actually, I could use some help if you want to help me tend to this garden.
Okay, you gotta tell me what all the names are of the flowers, though.
Sure. Yeah, I can do that. All right.
And maybe what
and
they
he
do.
kind of takes a pair of shears and hands them off. Just nip all the excess and pull all the weeds. We don't want to starve the flowers of their nutrients.
You got gloves?
Of course. And he takes out an extra set of gloves from his little side satchel and hands them over.
Cool. Flower will happily weed and chatter and garden generally.
All right. What's moving on to? Well, who wants to go next? What's Rose's morning routine? Early riser or?
Yeah, I think he is. I think he's in kind of a routine of waking up early. He would probably start with like a short meditation, and then choose a number of rocks from his collection. Like he kind of change it up, like a person chooses out an outfit for the day.
Okay.
He would kind of just grab some different rocks and like put some other ones away.
There would probably be a little pile that Flower already was like, I like these ones.
Yeah. Exactly. And then, well, I think he would want to get some cardio in because he tries to keep fit. He's not like super strong, but he tries to keep fit. But he also want to explore. I think his plan is to go outside of this facility and just explore the town just around the Aegis chapter here.
Would you maybe call Rhodes cut?
Ha ha ha.
Statuesque?
Oh, Jesus.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
Carved. Chiseled?
Yes.
Marble
Built?
Adonis figure.
Marbled?
Marbled.
Okay. Yeah, that's why I think he would want to go out for like a jog, like around the Aegis Aegis chapter and see what kind of shops and things there are to see around the building. And I think he would ask if anybody wanted to go along with him before he leaves the room.
Well, the only other people are in the room are Thrym and Wake.
Wake would
Is,
not be in there. I'm afraid.
Oh,
Ooh.
okay. Where
Where's
is
the
Don't,
Wake?
don't
boy?
worry about where Wake is. Talk to Rhodes right now.
Whoa,
Okay.
fancy.
Well, Thrym has decided to sleep in. I don't know if he'll wake up to any. Well,
Rhodes isn't
that's
going to
up
wake
to
him up.
You would be
Okay.
met with heavy snoring anyway.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, Rhodes just head out. He'll say goodbye to, or he'll say hello or good morning to Flower as he passes through the garden to go head out.
Flower gets fully distracted from whatever weed she's pulling, and like waves vigorously and gets a whole bunch of dirt everywhere.
Morning, Flower.
Morning! Look, I'm an assistant.
Hey, you're doing great.
Uh-huh. Are you going somewhere?
I'm gonna go. Yeah. I'm just gonna go for a little jog around the block.
Tell me stories of what you find. If you find any birds, you should tell me.
Absolutely. I'll see if I can make friends. Maybe bring one back.
Yes, please. Maybe that guy. Maybe we can talk to it. Can he talk to all animals? Is it just horses? I think he said all animals. If you can find a bird, maybe he can talk to the bird.
Maybe I'll see if I can find him.
Okay,
Have fun in the garden.
I will.
Cool. All right. So you head out for a morning run through the streets of Aegis. Aegis is a military town. You see, as soon as you step outside the walls of the Aegis chapter, you do find yourself amongst an early crowd of sorts. People coming and going about their business early in the day. A regiment of soldiers who are fixing to head out for the day to, well, you don't really know what they're doing as you're not from here, but they are all grouped up, formed up, ready to leave in their gear and uniforms. You see a few other people are out for a morning run as well, as soldiers need to stay fit when they are not on duty, so they leisurely take their time to go for a run as well.
Morning. Just wave to every single person.
The reactions to you are varied. Some people kind of just like give you their eyebrows furrow, and they just kind of like, is that a rock man? Like they've never seen a Earth Genasi before. Some reactions are friendly, and they give you a wave as they run past you, or as you run past them. But you do run through the sunrise. And, well, let's move on to...
Is that a district?
I really want to know what?
Is that a district? The Sunrise District?
No.
Or through I run through the period of time that the sun is rising. Got it.
Yes,
Okay.
exactly.
Okay.
Sorry. I'm really curious as to what Wake is doing since he's not in the room. But if you want to go last, I can move on to Zira.
It's up to you. I don't care.
Okay, we'll go to Zira. Is Zira an early riser?
Not really.
Okay.
Like 9:30, 10 o'clock.
She
Holy
the
moly.
servants pull her out of bed.
Fair.
Mm.
Okay. Well then, so you sleep through the morning, and well, wake. It sounds like you're an early riser. What are you doing right now?
I suspect. Well, Wake is not accustomed to how bright the prime material is.
Okay.
So he's been awake since astronomical twilight.
Oh.
So he's been out, and he's kind of found a spot, perhaps near one of the buildings. He is laying on his back, head near the wall, and is looking up at the sky, trying, maybe like remembering his home or trying to make sense of what he's looking up at. But he's being quiet and maybe favoring being left alone, so he's not making his presence known to anybody.
Okay. You can
But do
find.
Priya and Kenya see him?
I don't know.
Sorry.
Roll me a d20. If you want to see if you see him, Priya.
13.
Okay. He is not in your eyesight.
Cockblock.
Sorry. Well, so you're looking up at the early morning stars,
Mhm.
and
I think this is actually, I think Thrim and Zero would know. Wake hasn't been sleeping much ever since they met him. He has a hard time sleeping when there's even a little bit of light because he's so accustomed to the dark depths of the plane of water.
okay. Well,
Yeah.
the stars in this early morning darkness, they show through fairly well. Even in this city, there seems to be maybe a bit of a curfew. Like most business is done during the day, or at least in this section of the city. There's not much light haze to block view of the star and the night sky.
Can you see the moon?
You can?
I think he would pay close attention to the moon and just watch it. Fuck.
What is going on?
Sorry.
Well, paying close attention to the moon. It is, and it's. I know there's like phases, waxing and waning. I probably need
Thank
to research most of this, but it is a
Wax
crescent
is getting
moon.
bigger, Wayne is getting less.
Ah, okay. It is a waxing crescent. But it is pretty bright for being a crescent. It's almost like a sideways smile if you look at it long enough.
That's
But-
what Wake's doing.
Okay. Coming back to Priya, Kenya, as you're watching sunrise, who has the best passive perception out of the both of you?
Mine's a 13.
13. Okay.
What's Kenya's?
13.
13. Okay.
Neither of us see it, I guess.
Nope. Both of you hear the light footsteps coming from behind you as you're watching the sunrise.
Oh boy, I hope we're allowed to be out here.
Yeah, well, if we're not, who cares?
I turn to look.
When you turn to look, you see the prim and proper form of Lystri
Oh,
approaching.
the book lady.
She gives you both, or gives you a smile since you're the one who turned around. Good morning.
Morning.
Just
Good
Are we
watching
in your
this.
space?
Oh, no, not at all. Not at all. Got this itch in the back of my throat. Sorry.
I'm sorry you're feeling poorly this morning.
That was me. That was me. Um,
That is a joke, I believe.
Thank you.
Lystri comes out to the balcony to look out at the sun as it rises. Just enjoying the sunrise.
In a manner of speaking, yes.
Very well. Were you trying to get up into my tower earlier?
Mm,
Was that you?
yeah, well, yeah, I suppose, yes.
Well, I do have a balcony there with a better view. I can allow you to come up once, if that's
Just
what you like.
once?
I may be persuaded to let you do it a few more times after this, but if the sun rising is what you want to see, then I'll allow it.
That was my intention, yes.
All right, follow me.
Okay. How can you lock a door without a lock?
Magic.
I guess that probably answered its own question.
And she leads you back down the hallway to that singular door. You see she takes two fingers, her index and middle finger, and kind of runs it along the seam of the door next to the handle, and you see it kind of glow with this magical energy, and you hear the lock shift, and she pushes it open.
Oh, yes, I see. That's how.
Yes. And she kind of pushes it open and allows you, like, presents the room to you. It is basically just a very well done up sitting area with a winding staircase that goes up. Nothing too, like, fancy. I mean, the furniture is nice, but it's just like a greeting area of sorts. You can make your way upstairs if you'd like.
I do.
Okay. Well, going up the stairs, you find yourself at the top of the tower, which is, you see a small canopy bed, a desk for writing, a bookshelf with certain tomes. They seem to be older than the study that you entered through on your first day here, and a few arcane apparatuses next to the bookcase. But tucked between the arcane apparatuses and a wardrobe is a small door that walks out onto a balcony of sorts. The door seems ajar, and you could find your way out onto the tower balcony, where this view is stunning. It peers well above all the other rooftops towards the east, towards the sunrise. And it's a good view.
Wow, thank you for sharing this with me and my friend.
Of course. It's good that I've caught you this morning because I will need to see you later around lunchtime.
Just me?
Well, you can bring whoever you like, but yes, we have business to attend to this afternoon.
See.
If you could meet me in my study, or the study.
Where you saw me the first time.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, I can do that.
All right. Just after lunch, please. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Please don't touch anything. And, well, I'll see you later. And she retreats down the stairs to elsewhere in the Aegis chapter. Looking out this balcony, you can peer down at the rooftop just below, and give me either a perception or investigation check.
Perception. 10.
Okay.
Great roll.
Never mind.
Eh.
All right. Kenya, are you staying with Priya for this morning? Join with you?
No, Kenya's gonna go off somewhere. I need to go lay down.
Okay.
Maybe
All
not
right,
feeling
then.
good.
Yeah.
I think she's nauseous.
Well. Then let's move on to the late risers, Thrym and Syrah. What are you doing as you wake up, or when you wake up? It's your late morning routine. Hello?
I'm
Yep.
waiting to see if Thrym's gonna answer. I was giving him
waiting
the
to see
floor.
if you were gonna, because I'm
That's funny.
out cold, right? So.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, you go ahead first.
Okay. Zira wakes up when she's done sleeping. So she wakes up well rested, which is nice. And she stretches, like does like yoga, I guess. And like mindfulness stuff, but it's like the prayers and mantras of Lisette. So she's like doing her worship, I suppose, while she does all of the yoga and stretching and like just having a body ready for life.
Okay. So part of the prayers to Lisette require a pitch black room. So
well, it's as dark as she can get. Everyone's gone, so.
Of course. So blocking up all the sun from the windows with the curtains. You do your best to plunge the room into darkness as you pray to Lisette. What are you praying for? Just to have a good day or strength? Okay. Very well.
Strength and like guidance, I guess, for the day. And yeah, like to have a good day. And she hopes that her friends will like her.
Okay.
Aw, relatable.
And then when she's done with that, she goes down to grab some like eats, but like light eats, like fruit, granola, shit like that.
Okay.
Fruit and
It's
granola.
late. It's late enough in the day where breakfast is continental. It is a buffet where you can choose whatever you want, whether it be eggs or a bagel, English muffin if you want. Uh, but there is a whole spread. Nothing like hot prepared. It's all kind of just yeah. You know what I'm saying.
I got you.
Um,
Yeah. So fruit and granola and like that's it.
Okay. Um,
Maybe some yogurt, but I don't know.
fair enough. Uh, I'll say this is probably where Thrym wakes up too. Probably around 9:10.
Yeah,
Not
that
far
sounds
from
about right.
Okay.
We can't wake up too late, right?
He wakes
well,
up
yeah.
at 2 in the afternoon.
Oof. Well,
I'm just
No.
kidding.
what is Thrym doing as he wakes up?
So generally, he has a routine of polishing his armor and sharpening up his weapons. But I feel like today he might just skip it in favor of looking for some food.
Okay. So you do join Zira in the mess hall, which is just down the hallway from your room. I guess this is a good time to ask, when does everybody else get breakfast or some sort of food?
She would just watch the sunrise, and once it was up over the horizon, she would go down. So probably like 7:30.
Okay.
Just miss you.
Ah, shit.
Flower is gardening until Rose comes back, at which point she will be distracted and hang out with Rose.
Okay. I imagine 6 a.m., like an hour run.
Sure, yeah.
Oh my god, imagine running for an hour straight.
Yep.
Fucking
Been there, done that.
Never.
I've done it.
I would rather die.
Sin used to be a cross country runner.
It's not.
so I imagine
It's not like full sprint, you know.
I
It's
don't
just
know how it works. I've never left my room.
It's like
Okay.
walking for a
Is-
long time. You pick a pace
I
that you
don't
know
do
your
that
body
either.
can keep with. You've never been to Disneyland?
No. Sorry, Californian.
Disney World?
Nope.
Mm. Much
Disney
you.
Town, any kind of
Disney nothing.
Disney City.
If that was real. Is it?
Well, you would hate it. There's nothing but
Probably.
walking from morning till night.
Fuck that.
Peter Point.
Nope.
Oh.
What
Okay.
about Hersheyland? I don't know if that's anywhere
First
near
of all, Hershey Park, and I don't live in Pennsylvania anymore.
Hershey
you.
Park,
Okay.
and it is
oh,
park.
anymore!
Hershey Park, and
I
it is
used to live
park.
in
Thank you
Pennsylvania,
very
but
much.
I live in Washington.
What were
I
you
actually never
saying?
been. Yeah, sorry, class. Go ahead.
All right.
Theme parks.
I was gonna say, Walroad is out running. If he can find a confectionery or a bakery somewhere on that run,
Sure.
Breakfast bagel.
Yeah, you can find.
maybe smell like fresh baked bread or something.
Yeah, you can find a nearby bakery that is up early and they have fresh baked bread for the day, pretzels, donuts.
Donuts. Okay.
Love
yeah,
donuts.
yeah. Rose will buy some sweet treats for people back at the Aegis.
You're like the
chapter.
best coworker who shows up with donuts for the break room.
I know.
Yeah.
I know, right?
You can.
Yep.
You can get
Donut guy.
You can get a dozen for 3 silver and 2 dozen for 5.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just do the 3. Do the 3 dozen.
Oh, 3 dozen. Okay.
Is that what you said? 3 for 5.
Three
No,
silver for a dozen.
3
I think.
silver for a dozen. 2 dozen for 5 silver.
Oh yeah, the 2 dozen is fine. Yeah.
Okay. So you get 2 dozen donuts or pretzels, your choice.
Donuts,
Something.
yeah, donuts.
Donuts. All right, cool.
Yeah,
And you
get
get
the sweet things. People love sweet things.
Yeah.
I do.
So you get a 2 dozen of those and bring them back. And I'll say on your way back with these sweets, you find as you walk through into the courtyard, um, your passive perception is 17. Yes.
Passive perception is 15.
Okay. You do catch sight of Wake, just kind of laying down.
He gets to see Wake.
Yeah,
It's fine.
laying
Go
down,
on.
looking up at the sky. Well, the stars in the night sky have passed as Wake moved.
As soon as the moon is no longer visible, Wake would get up.
Okay, gotcha. Never mind then.
Okay.
Psych.
I'm trying to carefully maneuver all the stuff here. What does Wake go and do after the moon disappears from view?
Wake would have gone to try and find a book on animals or nature of the prime material. That's what he would have gone to try and do.
Okay. Well, there's one place where you've seen a lot of books, so you head your way to the study, and you see that the study is open, and it is bare. It not the person bare.
Only books on bears.
Just bears. Oops, all bears.
It is devoid of people, so the study is yours to kind of investigate books on nature. Make me an investigation check.
Oh God! All right.
He's not a smart man.
No, he's dumb as a rock.
That's what makes him so cute, though.
Hang on, he won't fucking roll. I'll just roll.
Yeah, you're not showing up on.
Oh, I'm not
even.
even. I have not managed to connect to the Foundry, so I'm just going from D&D Beyond.
Okay.
D20. Roll it, you fucking piece of shit. This -1. That's a 5. Do I find a book?
What's all these
There
weird
you get the wall.
Okay.
That's the book.
The 5
Paintings are so weird.
The 5 is what you needed.
Okay.
Because this study is very well organized, and there are labels in common that you could read. And you find your way to like the nature section, and you can select one of the books there. You don't really find anything specific, just kind of like flora. And you pick out a book, Flora and Fauna of the Eastern Front.
Perfect.
And you pick that up, and it just kind of talks about what you can find here around Aegis.
Yeah, he brings it to the mess hall and just sits down at the table and starts reading it.
Okay. So then that means you would probably run into Priya and
he would be reading the book, and Priya would sit down next to him quietly and lean over his shoulder and say, "What are you reading?"
Oh, well, and he would like show the cover of the book to her.
Flora and Fauna?
Aye. Well, I hope to use some fauna in my magics, but everything from home requires to be underwater, and I suspect that's not likely to be very helpful for us. So,
They have water here for sure, do not?
I mean, aye, but we're not underwater right now, and if I needed something to come to our aid right now, that would be a problem.
I see your point. If you learn anything new, please share it with me.
Sure.
If it's not an inconvenience, of course.
No, that'd be fine. I just Right, I'll do that.
She'll just smile brightly at you and go back to eating.
By the way, when you can wild shape, you can add giant dragonfly to your list if you're keeping track of all that stuff.
Noted. Okay.
Congratulations.
Got it. What CR is that?
I think it's a fourth
A quarter
or
CR?
half.
Okay.
No, I think it's half DR.
I have an important question.
Mm-hmm.
Does it have a fly speed?
Yes.
Then I'll see it in 7 levels.
But it's there when you want
It's
it.
there. Yep.
They have pretty good fly speed. It's 60 feet fly speed, so it's pretty
And in
fast.
7 levels, I can fucking zoom. Can't wait.
Then you can taunt Thrym.
Sure can.
But as you're reading, I'll say that, Rhodes and Flower, if you're looking for something other than sweets, the mess hall is available.
Yeah, I mean, Rhodes would come back, and you would go immediately back to see what Flower's doing in the garden. Hey, look, I got some treats for you.
Oh,
I didn't see any
treats.
birds, though.
Where'd they come from, though?
The treats?
Mm-hmm.
From a shop?
Flower dares her eyes.
You know, we've been to a city before. These shops, and they sell things.
Yeah. Yeah, but they didn't mean you any harm or anything.
It didn't seem like an evil wizard or anything like that.
That's Thrym.
She looks skeptically at the donuts.
Look, I'll eat one first. He takes one out and munches on it. I need to roll a wisdom save, class.
No, it's delicious.
Oh my god, it's so delicious.
Flower immediately, like she has some willpower, but once she sees it's okay, she'll probably eat like 2 of them immediately.
Right, good thing I bought extra.
But she will take her gloves off first. She's actually a
we
pretty
don't wanna
finicky eater.
Well, we should... Don't spoil your breakfast too much. Let's go get some proper food.
What counts as proper?
You know, not sugar, I guess. Proper day, it's good to
That's not
be
confused.
healthy.
Most American response I've ever heard.
I don't understand.
Most American answer ever.
Everyone's just, hey, suit yourself.
But
I'm gonna go get.
but if you want to get a different
gonna go to
breakfast, I'm eat a different breakfast. I can eat 2 breakfasts.
No, not different.
breakfast?
Just
Second breakfast.
breakfast, just a variety. That's all I'm looking for.
I like variety. Let's go eat variety.
Yeah.
My favorite breakfast cereal.
So for the early morning risers, breakfast is a little different. It's not continental. What's being served is chicken fried steak.
Hell yeah.
With hash browns.
How southern.
Yep.
Wow.
And they got the good sausage gravy on top.
Flower
And,
has eaten at this.
wait.
Flower has eaten at this place before and has probably like watched the people prepare the food and therefore doesn't feel as weird about it as with the donuts.
Wake is
Yeah.
like poking the gravy. And he's, what is this?
Oh, it's gravy. It's delicious.
It looks like seabed silt.
It's like meat juice. Which doesn't sound good now that I'm saying
He
it.
narrows his eyes and looks at
It's,
it.
it's really good.
She'll put some in her mouth just to prove it.
Alright. I'm gonna roll D100 to see if Wake likes sausage gravy.
Alright, so you've connected.
About fucking time. Yeah, he likes sausage gravy. He eats.
She
Oh,
grins
great.
because she loves meat. and is pleased that he is enjoying it.
Oh, there's music. Oh, I'm here.
Hey!
Everybody, I've made it.
Wait.
It only took a few years, but you got in.
Took an hour and a half.
Upload's still really bad.
Rhodes and
I am
Flower
sorry.
approach the table, I assume. And Rhodes would offer donuts. Good morning.
Good morning,
Morning.
Rhodes.
I just was out on a run around around the facility here, and I bought
Something
some
was chasing
treats,
you?
for everyone. No, it's just for a little exercise.
Okay.
You don't exercise?
I just have never had the need to.
Oh.
Just naturally fit as fuck, yo. That was not Priya.
Well, I bought some treats. If you'd like to try them, the donuts. They're pretty sweet.
They're very good.
Oh, now they have Flower's seal of approval.
She ate them. Like.
She ate
I'll try one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Priya likes them. Can't imagine anyone wouldn't.
Yes, they are fluffy, sweet. Some of them sugar coated. Some of them are filled with jam. They're delicious. As you are divulging yourselves in the donuts and the chicken fried steak and hash browns, a figure enters the mess hall. And you hear the slight flopping of travel bags as they are dropped next to the door. And Priya, you recognize the figure that has just entered the mess hall. A red-skinned tiefling with
I swear to God, I thought you were going to say potato.
a red-skinned tiefling with piercings, and her horns are curled back around her ear, and then kind of poke out the front of her face. Sorry, Skonos.
Yeah,
enters.
Priya would smile brightly and wave and say, "Oh, hello, sorry. I didn't expect to see you."
Oh, hey. It's good to be back. I'm starving. What's for breakfast?
Whatever this is.
Oh, okay. It's Bear's chicken fried steak.
Sure.
Amazing. She goes and collects a plate and comes to sit down next to you. How are you settling in?
I've been here a day, but it's been a good one, I think.
Oh, good. And these are the other initiates that you've arrived with?
I believe so.
Hello.
That's what
And
they
good
call
morning.
me. Initiate.
Well, actually, they call him Rhodes.
Rose.
you.
It's nice to meet you. I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Before.
She kind of giggles. No. It's spelled Sari.
Bless you, sorry.
Did you choose that yourself?
No. No, it was given to me when I was born.
Oh.
It's your true name?
Yes.
Flower is looking at her curiously. You can call me Poppy.
Poppy. Like the flower?
Like the flower.
Very well. And who's this dashing gentleman next to you? Priya?
This is Wake.
Hello, Wake.
Wake kind of is. It seems as though he's using the book as a distraction to not make eye contact with anyone. When she says that, he just glances up and says, "Hello," and then goes back to looking at the book.
He's very studious.
I see that. All right.
It's just
Oh,
hilarious because he's a 9 intelligence.
Yeah, he's an idiot.
Well, my full name is Skonos. It's a pleasure to meet you all.
She was the one who told me to join this syndicate.
Yes, I did.
Well, it's nice to meet you.
Glad you did.
Me too.
Aw,
Me too.
Sorry, we'll grin at him.
You work here?
I do. I am the royal liaison. So I come and go, work closely with the government, picking up
Wow.
a few things here and there in terms of, well, it's a lot of politics. We'll just say that.
He tried to explain it to me, but I've never understood.
It's a little confusing.
Flower makes a face at the word politics.
Mm-hmm.
Don't we all?
Donuts.
Where's Thrim and Zira?
I just heard Zara say donuts, so I assume they're sitting down now.
No, that was Cindy that said donuts. Sorry. I'm still asleep, I think, depending on how long you've been sitting there.
I left Thrim back in the room. He was sleeping quite hard.
Oh, you have to wake him up. He'll stay asleep for the entire day. I'll be right back. And
Okay. So
Does he
I
leave his
guess,
book?
Yeah.
Freya will pick it up and look through it while he's gone.
It's just a picture book.
All right. So
A, B, C,
slight,
D.
slight.
he knows how to read, you fucking assholes.
So we'll do a slight retcon. Wake goes to wake up Frim.
Wake
and,
me up inside.
Zira, you can wake up at this moment too if you want.
Okay.
And just kind of join the rest of the group at breakfast.
Cool.
Okay. I'll add Thrim and Zira.
Oh, there I am. Oh, there's the room. Look at that. We're friends.
Little buddies.
What's that book he was looking at there?
Oh, it's got animals and plants, but I think he cares more about the animals.
Animals and plants.
It does have pictures.
Flower kind of like looks trying to look over Priya's head to get a look at the plants and also the animals.
I got it from the study, you guys. It's not like a fucking kid's book, all right? Like, fuck off.
Oh, I meant
It's a lot of. It's
she's
a lot
trying
of text.
she's trying to read it. If
It's
that's not
Peppa Pig.
clear, she's trying to read it.
It's
Peppa
not.
Pig.
No
I'd
one's
say
mocking you.
Fucking making fun of me.
it's-
No.
I'm not. Flower
It's
Flower
not
is into
absolutely not.
Flower is into Flora and Fauna.
Yeah, it's
Freya's into whatever he's looking at.
the book includes references for what the text is about. We'll just
Yeah.
say that. Yeah.
Okay.
I think he likes animals, so that's why he's looking at this book. And it would be helpful if I knew what was on this plane.
Sorry.
Yeah. I'd say that's good for all of us.
Especially because it seems like 4 out of 6 of us don't actually know much about this plane.
Alright,
I had a
found
question. Well, welcome back. Well, I did have a question for you, Priya, on that topic. You were talking about how you come from another plane, and it didn't seem like you knew how you got here.
Oh, it was not exactly my choice to leave the plane of air.
Oh.
It was a very tense moment, and I ended up on the this primary material.
Yeah, but how? Did you?
I'm not
just appear
100%.
here,
I know it was magic.
Oh,
Sounds like Wake is having problems. I know it was magic, but I don't know what kind, and I don't know how to go back.
oh.
I also don't
Why,
know if
what?
I would want to go back, so...
I believe Felix said you just kind of showed up at the doorstep.
Pretty much, I was dumped onto a doorstep. Is the nice way of putting it.
Oh. Oh, I walked here through a cave.
And you ended up in this plane.
Absolutely. I bet I could find it again if I really wanted to.
Do you want to go back?
No, not really.
That's kind of how I feel. I think I'm content making my new life here.
Yeah, I'd like to give it a try anyway. What about you, Wake? Do you remember how you got here?
He did say he'd be right back.
Oh,
He must
shit.
be in the bathroom. What about Flower? How did she get here?
Seneschal sent me.
What is a seneschal?
She's an archfey. She's my patron.
What's an archfey?
Oh.
A really, really, really powerful fey.
What's a patron?
A patron is a benefactor who gives you magic.
Yeah.
Like a boss?
Like, yes, she's my boss.
Sort of.
No, she's
and
my
I'm
boss.
going to Listry, I'm sorry.
No, she's my
Who am
boss.
I hope she's a good one.
She is. She's nice. She's fey.
Okay, that doesn't mean too much to me. I know you're fey and you're a little odd, but nice.
She is mostly honest.
Honest.
Which is good. Mostly. Mostly she's
so.
honest. Anyway, I'm here now.
Yes, you are.
And so are you. And
exactly.
I'm sorry you don't know how you got here, though. That sounds stressful.
I have the important parts. Ultimately, I know I'm here. I know I'm here, and I'm happy to stay here.
Where does your magic come from?
My magic?
Yeah.
Well, I'm still trying to figure that one out.
I'm back. Sorry about that.
Oh.
Wait, came back from the bathroom. Thank goodness.
Now you can ask him your question.
Yeah, Rhodes, I was wondering how you got here. It doesn't seem like Priya can quite remember exactly how she came
I know
here,
how I got here.
I'm sorry.
Oh.
What?
But
Sorry. Go ahead. Ask Wake.
I was saying I walked here through a cave, and I was wondering how you got here.
Well, as part of becoming an archdruid of the Circle of Doloch, I had to complete the pilgrimage. So Master Pike created a portal, gave me a tuning fork, and sent me on my way. Whereupon which I stepped out in front of old Thrym and Zira here, and they brought me along.
Did you know where the portal was going?
Lysia, the world. I have to find my own way. That's part of the pilgrimage. I have to make a name for myself, among other things.
Wait, so you don't know your name?
My name's Wake of. It's a saying. I have to prove my worth,
Oh.
earn,
So
honor, and
do you give yourself a name then?
in a manner of speaking.
Wake.
While I be able to home of my own power as well.
I see.
Which, from my studies back home, it should be something I can do. That's why. And he pulls out a little coral. He says, "This is what they gave me. When I can do it, which I don't have the first clue. And he puts it away.
Oh, that sounds like something that will come with time.
So this is very interesting. The new initiates, 4 of you are not from this plane of existence?
And we're mostly stuck here.
For now.
Huh.
Oh my god, like prisoners.
I consider this more like a new lease on life.
Yeah, me too. Well, I'm not trapped here.
I see it as part of my journey.
I don't think the Syndicate has ever had a team that has been mostly consisted of people from other planes. That is amazing, actually.
Which is very special.
Quite glad to be of service.
Oh. Well, we're all glad you're here. To do some good in this world.
Get stronger too. Is the hope for me, anyways.
This is the best place to do that. You well.
You to come here.
I did. Yes.
Oh, I think she.
I'm sorry. What now?
Yeah, I heard.
Okay.
Never mind.
When you say, when she kind of laughs at that little quip, and you hear her whistle, and it sounds exactly like a perfectly good flute musical instrument. Like it's spot on.
Oh. Was that with magic?
Oh no, I practice voices a lot. And she goes into a perfect Rhodes accent.
Oh.
Go on.
I'm not gonna do it because I can't.
Good day, mate.
Sorry, what? I missed that.
She does Rhodes' voice like perfectly.
Oh my god.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty good.
Oh, thank you.
Do me.
She does Wake's accent perfectly, just spot on.
Oh,
Class,
Sanda home.
is Flower familiar enough with changelings that she can think that this person is a changeling? Whether that's accurate or not.
Well, yeah. Changelings, you have met changelings.
There are many of them in the
are,
Feywild.
They are many in the Feywild. You can make an insight check or an investigation check to see if there's any telltale signs of a changeling with Sorry.
I forgive you.
I am regretting this choice of name now.
You didn't run it by me, my guy.
I
told you.
There are no signs that Miss Skonos is a changeling.
Other than changing her voice.
Other than changing her voice.
Maybe she has the actor feet.
Yeah, I mean, like, I think if Flower was gonna get tipped off, it would be by the voice changing. But like that, which is why I asked. But I didn't roll Ida, so she's just delighted.
Okay. So, you two, and she kind of looks over to Thrym and Zira. You're from Enderos, no? Or maybe Arboris, Wilhelm.
Yeah, well, I'm from Arboris.
Hi, I'm from Ironholm.
Ah, all right. Pleasure to have you here.
Pleasure is all mine, my lady.
Is there a
Get
bright
the Riz
smile?
on.
Hmm?
I said he's getting the Riz on.
Oh yeah.
My lady.
Look at that old dwarf charm.
Is he old? How old are you?
He's young.
Thrym?
I
How old are
reckon
you?
about 120 or so.
Well, that is. Oh, well, I'm not quite old. Not to be rude. That's just old for me.
Me too.
That
Well,
was impressive.
for dwarves, it's not that old.
He's a spry teen.
Yeah.
I guess they don't get any taller though.
Well, he
Xena's
said he
about
was
the
tall
same
for a
age.
dwarf, though. Are you?
I am. Yeah. Like,
Wow.
I don't know. It's not like a big deal or anything.
That's just impressive.
Really? Like,
You look
Why?
great.
oh, thank you. I think. Are you? Okay. Thanks.
It
Well,
was a
elves-
compliment.
Elves tend to live a long time, and they look great pretty much the whole time.
She's the first real elf I've really ever met.
Really?
Yes.
Are there no elves where you come from?
Very few, if ever any. I stayed at home mostly.
What's the difference? What's a real elf versus like a fake elf?
Like a half elf.
Oh,
Oh,
Well, I'm
Felix
kind
is
of
a
like
half-elf.
half elf.
Yes, I knew that, but he was not that old.
This
Flower.
is true.
Flower
Couldn't
kind of like mashes her hair down around her like slightly pointed ears.
Oh, is she a half elf?
Yeah, yeah.
Aw.
I'm also half elf. Kind of.
You're
You're
half
half-
two
half
different
elf
elves. You're,
half 2
you're,
different
you're
elves.
a full
but I'm
elf.
still half.
You're a full elf.
Oh my god, you can't just tell people they're a full elf if they don't want to hear it, okay? Like, dang.
You're right, my bad. I did not know your customs.
Your accent, Celestia?
Are you asking Zero?
Yes.
Oh my god, how did you, like, know that?
They all sound like that.
It's Silicon
Mean
Valley.
Girls, all of Celestia.
There's a certain neighborhood in Celestia.
Beverly Hills.
That's where I wanna be.
Ashland?
Oh my god.
Ash, yes, Ashland Grove.
Yes, I am aware.
Living in
I
Ashland
am
Grove.
familiar with it.
Wow, I guess what they say is true. It is a small world out there.
I've been a lot of places, so
I've been everywhere, man. Sorry. I'll stop.
like I've been a lot of places, you know.
Yeah.
Oh my god, sounds like home.
Oh, you'll do Zero's accent, but not Rhodes.
That's because it's easy. It comes to me better. I've lived
'Cause
in
you're from
California for a while. Yep.
I grew up a valley girl. This is second language.
Did you actually?
Yeah.
Well,
San Gabriel Valley, yes.
I am gonna leave you to your day. Welcome to the Freelancer Syndicate, and I'll see you around.
I hope we do.
I really
See
hope
you around.
Oh, Thrym. Oh no.
Sorry.
She gets up and leaves.
She took
Uh,
emotional damage for that one.
Senji's like following the token as I move it.
Wait.
Thrym,
Okay,
I have a question.
I'm gonna move to my other monitor.
Were you flirting with Sorry?
No. That was
Inside
just
check.
being polite.
Inside check. 16 for a 19.
You can contest with a
Deception or persuasion.
Yeah.
I mean, he is being honest. He was mostly just being polite.
Mostly.
Yeah, he has his eyes elsewhere.
Does he?
Oh.
Freya will just narrow her eyes, but let it go.
Hey, could I? Are you finished with
Oh, I'm sorry. I took this when you were gone. I didn't mean to keep it from you. She'll hand it back.
Thank you kindly.
I was curious myself. I don't know much about this plane, except the birds, apparently.
Oh, you're welcome to it. I'm sure I could find.
We could share it.
Oh, sure.
I love hurting this man. That
He
was out of character.
sets the book flat down on the table, and awkwardly tries not to seem as though he's too close to you.
Oh, she'll lean right against you to look over it.
He's not able to focus on the book at all.
Do I learn anything about the wildlife here? Because I'm having a great, easy time paying attention.
Sure. So most of the area here around Aegis is farmland. Like, think Scottish Highlands.
Love it.
And it does kind of talk about some of the flora and fauna that come over from Karvok, which is mostly like what you would find on the steppes of Mongolia. So like
Lots of wide open places around here.
yeah, it's a lot of wide open space in Karvok and on this eastern edge of Enderos. But it also goes. It kind of has a little excerpt of what used to grow and thrive in the Shadow of Dominus, but it's an outdated book.
It is an outdated book.
When it comes to the Shadow of Dominus, yes.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay. She has a great time looking over that. Well, the group decides what they're doing for today.
And, well, that's a good question. But any plans for today?
Wake is barely thinking. He's just trying not to seem creepy.
Okay.
Don't be suspicious. Priya would share with the group that she was asked to see Lystri after lunch. She seems nervous about it.
Does she want to give you another one of those contracts?
I don't know. She did not elaborate. I asked if it was alone. She said I could bring people, so I'd appreciate if some of you came.
I'll go with you.
Mystery, eh?
Especially if it's a contract. Because you
I
shouldn't
don't know what it
sign
is.
them alone unless you know what is going on with them.
I guess I can make some time out of my day and do that.
Priya will look very pleased and put a hand on your hand, Zira, and say, "Thank you. I appreciate it."
And I just look at the hands with my eyes wide open, like, what are you doing?
Oh, no.
That was very kind of you. I'm very nervous. I don't know how any of this works.
Maybe she'll teach us some magic.
Maybe. Well, I appreciate that.
Well, is there anything before that happens in the afternoon after lunch that maybe you want to go, like, does anybody have any ideas of maybe you want to go out into the town, find like the local like venturing shops or stuff like that?
If there's some time, Flower, I think, is going to be a little bit inspired by, she doesn't really understand the, like, health context that Rhodes was putting down, but she does understand the, like, her body is not as strong as it could be, and so she'll probably, like, kick around and try to, like, do a little bit of, like, strength training, this kind of stuff.
A Rocky montage?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Oh, get it, Rocky.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So, by the way, breakfast gave you guys 10 temporary.
Holy shit.
Whoa.
I have
They
10
were-
hit points, so it doubled my hit points.
They rolled
More,
really well.
it
on
more than
breakfast.
doubled mine.
Holy shit.
It didn't
Oh,
quite double.
was this a long rest?
Yes, we did have a long rest after the fight.
Okay, I'm gonna hit
How do
long
I-
rest then. I was gonna say, in terms of if you wanted to do something that's sort of keeping active in the terms of health, Rhodes would ask you, "Well, Flower, did you want to try and go find some birds out in down the town?"
Some birds. Yes,
Pigeon
some
hunting.
birds.
I didn't see any low, but maybe they'll come down if we can try and throw out some breadcrumbs or something.
That's a great idea. Would they like these
Yeah.
donuts that you got? Can we maybe the crumbs of some of these
Maybe.
donuts?
What a
Yeah,
waste of
yeah.
donuts.
Put one in the bag.
Yeah, she's gonna
Do you
crumble
want
up.
another donut, Priya?
I do. I really liked the ones filled with the goo. She will take another jelly-filled donut, and then I think she would be insistent on having a study session with Wake.
Okay. Okay. So Flower and Rhodes go seek birds within the city of Aegis.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the birds here are not that interesting. It's mainly like sparrows and pigeons.
I mean,
It-
to Flower, who's probably not seen them.
Yeah, I'm sure they're very
Yeah,
interesting.
they're fascinating to Flower. Flower is not used to
At least
any
at first.
birds from the material plane. She's excited about all animals and plants that are not from where she's from, so she's super into it.
Okay. There is a very nice park that is nearby that does house a lot of birds that you can, um, feed bread to. And they, honestly, they flock to you, surround you, wanting more and more bread.
Hell yeah.
You're
Yeah,
essentially
Rhodes
the
just
bird.
throwing it around himself.
You're essentially the bird
birds
lady.
surrounding him.
Can they perch on
From-
him? Do they perch on him? Please perch on him.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah, they're around people enough to trust people and land on them. And,
Yeah,
and
she
take
just starts
whatever food.
putting crumbs, stops putting crumbs on the ground and starts putting crumbs like on Rhodes because
Wow,
she
they really like me. Look at this.
they really do.
I just imagine the bird lady from Home Alone 2.
Yeah,
Uh,
Oh, God.
but a rock man. Yeah, but as a rock man, Flower unfortunately will try to like pet them and talk to them, and I'm sure that won't go well.
Unfortunately, Flower, you do notice that some birds have left
Aw.
some droppings in the moss on top of Rhodes'
Oh,
head.
that's okay. Flower doesn't care about that. She can clean that up. That's not a big deal.
She doesn't care about that.
Rhodes doesn't seem to mind in this particular moment.
He signed up for this when he came out looking for birds.
Yeah.
Okay.
Flower does
Out of
no strength
character,
training.
Did Kala ever come back?
I-
Or she's still
No,
like
she's not
dead?
feeling well.
She's not feeling well.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she's still dead. Gotcha.
She's
I think
sleeping.
Rose is just as thrilled with all these birds, like perched on him, as Flower is to try and talk to them.
Incredible. Flower does no strength training and only hangs out with Rose and birds.
Are they talking to you? Can you understand them?
No, but what we should do is we should ask Wake to teach. Well, see, this is the thing. I don't think I can learn magic unless Seneschal teaches it to me. So,
Oh.
yeah,
Well, there's no harm in trying.
maybe you think I can learn to talk to birds the same way that I can learn to know how to garden flowers.
Maybe. Rose just kind of shrugs. I don't know a whole lot about magic, but if you try anything hard enough, I bet you can do it.
Flower is very encouraged by this and spends the whole time trying to learn how to speak pigeon or
Tweet,
whatever.
tweet, motherfucker.
Yeah, whatever it is, the bird, crow, pigeon, whatever the birds are, like, yeah.
Oh my god. Are
That's
you
good.
waterboarding yourself to achieve that sound?
Nope.
All right. So you kind of spend the later half of the morning, just kind of learning bird and feeding them and
Or
just
bird.
yeah.
We'll head back. before when we have to meet everybody for what this learning thing. Who are we talking to?
The sorcerer question mark?
Oh, Listry.
Listry.
Magic
Listry.
lady.
What are Thrym and Zira doing?
I was going to
the rest
see
of the morning?
Listry.
I think Thrym
there's
was
a little bit
kind
of time
jealous
between that
of,
time.
of the book Wake picked up, or the fact that he had checked out the library already. So
Okay.
he'll probably make his way, get
To the
there a bit
study.
early, and
Okay.
Do you want company?
so maybe he'll bring Zira along.
Okay. You find your way to the study, and here in this later morning, you do find Listry there. As you enter the study, she just kind of looks up at you and smiles and goes back to her work. Study is yours to research or pick out any books that you want to study or research about. What is it you're trying to find?
Do you have any books on magical artifacts? It can be anything from mythology and legends to actual accounts of.
Okay. Of artifacts. Okay. So roll me. Are you asking Listry for help, or are you going to do this on your own?
Is Listry in there?
Yeah, she smiled at you when you entered.
Yeah, she seems like she's in her own research right now.
Oh, she smiled at me, did she?
Oh my God, Thrym.
Yeah, I would probably.
You're acting like
ask
me.
her, at the very least, I would ask her where to find the correct books. I assume it's a pretty large study, so.
Yes. If you ask her for anything on artifacts, she just kind of points over to one of the bookshelves. She doesn't say much on it, but she says, "The artifacts are over there. Artifact section."
Excellent. Any recommendations?
Oh, any of them.
Brilliant.
Let's roll an investigation check to see how interesting of a book you find.
Oh, it's going to be interesting for sure.
Natural 1.
That is a natural 1?
Find the most boring fucking book.
Peppa Pig goes to college.
That sounds amazing. What the fuck are you talking about?
You find a book that feels comfortable because it's a book about Steelhelm and the craftsmen there and the wonderful works of armor and weaponry that come out of Ironhome. And just the book goes into, it's like a quick introductory excerpt, like chapter, and then the rest of the book is like just a list of like names and what they made. Like it's fairly dry, to say the least. Basically, it's a record of all the notable works of weaponry and armor.
So it's a pleasurable read, but he doesn't necessarily learn anything new.
Yeah, you don't really learn it. You don't learn anything new. Just it talks about like, and this clan decided to fold the metal differently and create a new ally to make alloy to make better armor and whatnot. stuff like that.
Yeah, I know the guy.
It's my mom's uncle's cousin's hairdresser.
Twice removed.
Of course.
What about, do
Lysia,
you have
check
like,
it out.
and hold on, I'm looking for a book for myself, okay? Do
Okay,
you have
what are you
any
looking
books on like dark arts or like dark magic or Lisette or anything like that?
Much cooler.
for?
Hey,
Well, dark art. That's a bit of a
Voldemort,
touchy.
calm down.
That's a bit of a touchy subject, but if you're looking a book on religion and Lisette and her following, you would have to look in that section over there.
Cool. Whatever. And then she
Say
walks
thank
over to
you.
go look
I
for a
need it.
book. No.
Okay, make an investigation check to see if you find anything interesting.
Roll better than
I know
me.
how to do this. Hold on. There it is. I rolled
An 8.
exactly the same.
Okay. You find a small little tome of just the origin of Lisette, how she came to be, which of the 4 prime deities kind of gave her life, and like what kind of following she has. It's not a massive following, as Lisette is seen as how do I say this?
With your mouth.
The bringer of well, she no, not the bringer of death. More of people are afraid of the unknown and darkness.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that's why she doesn't really get that much of a following. Is because people fear the darkness and shadow and the unknown that comes with her.
Cool.
And yeah, it kind of lists like it has a list of with an 8. We'll say it has a list of like the known temples. Of course, you see the temple in Ironhome, and it does list a small shrine here in Aegis as a place of worship for her followers. There is a known shrine here called the Shrine of Midnight.
Boopy.
And that's what you learn.
Thrim, we have to go to this shrine. It's not that far. Okay. Can we like go there? Maybe tomorrow or something?
All right. Sounds like fun.
Look, I just saw it in this book.
All right.
What are you reading anyway?
Wake and Priya.
Oh,
You reading bullshits? What's he reading?
right? Nothing. That's right through that.
Nothing too interesting.
I rolled a 1. It's nothing fun.
So Wake and Priya, you're studying the Flora and Fauna book.
Yep.
Anything interesting happen in this mid-morning?
Every time she knows a creature, she'll point it out and look very proudly up at him. It's only birds.
I don't think Wake recognizes any of them.
Yeah, have you ever seen a bird? Probably not.
I mean, not since he came here.
I mean, you've seen on the voyage, you've seen seagulls.
Yeah, but there's no sky in the plane of water, so
This
he
is
didn't
true.
see any birds until he came to here, the prime material.
Yeah. Okay.
You would have probably seen a lot of seagulls on your way.
Probably that he'd be like, when seagull pops up, he'd be like, I know that one.
I think Free would look at you and say, "You said there was something called a sea here."
Aye. a lot of water in one place.
How much is a lot?
Oh, as far as the eye could see.
I hope I get to see it someday.
I was half expecting Wake to be oceanful.
He's not that clever. He kind of tilts his head and says, I mean, I guess I don't see why we wouldn't go that way eventually. I'm sure there's problems out there we have to handle.
Well, your problems seem based around that. Or I guess you came from there and now you're trying to make a name for yourself.
Yeah.
Which I don't know is necessarily a problem.
No, problem's the wrong word. I see, okay. Sorry. I hope to grow strong enough that I can fix my own mistakes.
Well, I don't know if I can help, but I'd like to.
Thank you.
She'll just smile.
Wake is blushing and is looking
a little
square at
bit.
the book.
She
Wake
thinks
trips.
Wake trips. She doesn't know what to make of his response, but she's like, I think we're getting along. That's their study session.
Okay.
I also would like to note, class, I'm hoping for this to count as training towards the nature proficiency.
Okay. Yeah. We'll say you got like a couple hours of studying.
Okay.
Just for this mid-morning.
Gotcha.
We'll say like 4 hours. Yeah. From 8 to 12. Okay. Gotcha. Okay, so fast forward to lunch. You all have lunch. It's pretty light. And then it comes around to the time that Priya needs to go see Listri. Trim and Zira are already there in the study.
We would stand up, look at Wake, and say, I don't know what this is about, and I'm a little nervous. You wouldn't mind coming, would you?
Wake looks up at her and he says, if you want me to.
It'd make me feel better.
Sure. And he stands up, putting the book away.
She would try to find Rhodes and Flower before going.
Flower will wander in. I imagine Flower will have cleaned Rhodes up of the bird droppings, but Flower definitely has woven like feathers into her hair. She's very excited.
Oh, nice. Do you have like prestidigitation, or is this like?
I do not. This is normal.
Scrub.
Normal ass scrubbing. I have one cantrip. Well, I have two cantrips, and one of them is Eldritch Blast, and one of them is Friends, and so that's in no way useful.
So does Rhodes still have some bird detritus on him?
No, Flower would have cleaned him up the old-fashioned way, like with rags and stuff.
Okay.
Throw buckets of water at him.
His hair starts growing. Chia.
Or this one like damn.
Oh.
So.
Wake would be like, do you want a dry off?
Well, sure, yay.
Wake will just reach toward him and will shape water, pull the remaining water off of him, and just out onto the floor.
Whoa. It's a funny feeling.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. That's all amazing, really.
All right. Well, I'm a man of a few tricks.
One of the
Very
staff
cool
walking
trick.
by slips. I'm just kidding.
That's really pretty. I
And now you're
like
being
it.
sued.
Well, I feel ready to go. Let's do it.
All right. So you all, as a group, make your way up to the study. Some of you for a second time. When you arrive at the study, you find, well, Listry, along with Alexandra and Jonas, all sitting in the study, talking in hushed tones. But as soon as you enter Priya, Listry kind of stands up from her desk and smiles, while Jonas and Alexandra sit silently. Each one of them has like a small, polite smile as you walk up. Good afternoon, Priya. So, well, it came to come to my attention, but when you first arrived, I noticed that you have an innate ability to an innate magical ability.
I
Something-
believe so.
Right. How much do you know of Andros's history?
Literally nothing.
I thought so. 2.5 centuries ago, most of what you see here in Aegis and this is hard to speak of, but most of the land here was ruled by a man who had similar natural abilities to manipulate the weave. He was a sorcerer, and, well, he believed that people with innate magical abilities, such as yourself, were above all other people. And he showed it. He treated his subjects as such. He was an awful man. Some say that towards the end of his life, he was more creature than man.
Oh.
And so, as a part to safeguard the people of this world and to never see another man like that come into being, we practice caution. Now, I'm not saying that you have the ability to tear people apart just because you think they're lower than you,
He just blinks.
but we must be safe.
She wouldn't.
He's right. I don't think I would.
I don't think you would either. But the new laws of this land require us to take a little bit of blood from you and do our research.
What does that mean?
We just need but a drop. Won't feel a thing.
What
does
research?
research mean?
This man was a particular type of sorcerer. He could manipulate shadow and use the full force of the Shadowfell. Manipulate it to his will.
What does that have to do with her blood?
She has a hard time saying this. Well,
Priya looks nervous.
So does Wake.
Flower looks nervous too.
Zira's looking at these guys with very narrowed eyes.
Fuck, bro.
Yeah, like that.
we take about a drop of blood to check what type of heritage you may have. And I believe I am correct when I say that you are of draconic blood.
Not a bad guess. But what happens if I'm of the shadow one?
Well, we take a closer look and check in a little more frequently. This process is just to keep an eye out for your progress as you grow as a sorcerer. To make sure that you are not straying down a path of destruction. Does that sound fair?
Well, I feel like it's like I don't have a choice anyways if I want to stay here.
It doesn't sound fair. I'm magic too. You should take my blood.
Hey, I've learned some magic of the nature as well. You should take my blood.
I'm magic
Yeah,
too, you know.
like, I have magic too.
And
Might as well
I'm
just take
Spartacus.
all of our blood.
Sort of magic.
Do you have
Priya
blood
actually
roads?
looks very pleased when someone stands up for her like that.
My God, you can't just take people's blood unless you're gonna take like all of ours.
Yeah, I'll feel
That's
left out.
his-
Don't take my blood.
Oh.
If that is what you wish,
The question here is, can we get blood from a stone?
Hey, age-old question.
You can
Oh.
get a wizard from it.
I suppose if everybody's giving their blood, then Jonas, if you will, extra vials, please.
Yeah, there's some blood
And-
down in there.
And Jonas
So,
nods.
The question
and,
is he meat under the stone?
Yeah. Go
Jonas
asking.
nods to Lysia and walks out the study, and he returns after a while. But before he returns, Freya, if you would please sit down next to Alex here.
She would, but before she goes, she gives everybody in the group just a really grateful look, like their gesture meant a lot to her.
Flower shuffles over and holds her hand.
And she will sit down.
Bird gives her thumbs up.
Buddy.
When you look at that way at Wake, he just like averts his eyes. Like,
Oh, she actually
Yeah.
does look a little downtrodden when he does that. But you know the thing, just look at her.
When you sit down, Alex looks at you with a kind smile. Please, just a finger. Please, just a finger. And she holds out a hand. She smiles and she's very quick about it. It is a single. You feel a bit of pressure on your index finger, and she kind of holds a vial under the droplet of blood, and it drops into a solution. And as you see it, the drop of blood drop into this solution, it immediately starts to swirl in the solution, and the blood fills, and it starts to change color. You you see a little magical energy come out of it, um, or emit from it. And what is the color? It's bronze, yes?
Yes, it's bronze.
Okay. The vial suddenly shifts color into a bronze coloration. And as you see it swell within this vial, the color, the point of damage you took from giving your blood quickly is soothed away as Alex says, there we go. And the healing words you. But
What
you
else?
already have temporary hit points. But yeah.
What else can you learn about this?
Alex stoppers the vial and hands it over to Listri. Listri takes it, sets it on the desk. Oh. Things we can learn from this, a single drop of blood, is we can learn who your magical abilities come from, which parent. We can learn, we can sort of see into the future of, well, your future, your arcane footprint, if you will.
She actually perks up and she says, "You can see my parents?"
Yes, with the right research, we can find out which parent gave you the magical ability that you have now.
I know which one. Can you tell me more about them?
When I do my research, I certainly can.
Please. I would really appreciate it.
Of course. No. And at this point, Jonas does come back with like 6 other vials of the same solution. Were you all serious about donating a little bit of blood so I can do some research on it?
Flower already has her sleeve rolled up, and there are clear like needle marks in her arm.
Ew.
Like was clearly expecting this to be more blood than just a drop. So she kind of eyes this process and then turns her hand up.
Good lord,
All right.
rats, what happened to you?
My blood's special too.
Interesting.
So
Alex,
this
if
is
you
a
will.
shark attack.
Has Rhodes seen this before?
Good question. I don't think it would be as obvious before. She usually wears pretty long sleeves. So if you want, it can be new.
Yeah. Oh, he never showed me that before. You're all right, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay.
All right. Kind of like pat your shoulder a little bit, I think, though. I'm here for you.
Thanks, Rhodes. I'll tell you sometime. It was the time in the dark.
All right.
All right. So, Flower, you sit down next to Alex, and she does the same process. It's a quick, sharp prick of the finger, and you see the drop of blood fall into the vial. And much like Priya's, it swirls into the solution and expands, filling out the vial. And you see, but yours is a different color. It is a vibrant green color that emits from it. And Listri, kind of, her eyebrow just raises very slightly in curiosity.
Told you I was special. Well, the blood is special.
Very interesting. Thank you for your donation.
Flower kind of rubs her hand over Priya's shoulder and then vacates the chair so the next person can go.
Prim will hop up,
All right.
stretch out his arm.
Alex takes your finger, pricks it, and your vial, so,
Just so I know, are these separate needles?
oh yeah, oh yeah.
Oh God.
Okay.
It's not a needle. It's a prick. So it.
I mean, it's still going in me, so.
Yeah, but it is. Alex is very good with being sterile.
That's a shame.
So, so Alex does take your vial. It doesn't emit a different color, unfortunately. Your arcane ability comes from your study rather than your blood.
Yeah, he just wanted to be a part of it.
Okay.
Solidarity, man.
He knew this.
Yeah.
Very well.
Wake sits down after him.
All right. Wake, your vial is the color of the deepest ocean, a midnight blue. You
Wow,
do
that's like a
hold
pretty color.
a little bit of magic in your blood as being from the elemental plane of water and being a water genasi. It's pretty.
Wake kind of looks at it suspiciously. All right.
Thank you very much for your donation.
Then Zira's gonna sit down, and she's still looking at everybody suspiciously.
Zira, your magical ability comes from your goddess. So your blood is very much the same as Thrim's. But much the same, Mystery thanks you for your donation. Who's next? Rhodes is the last. Very
What's
well.
a bad reaction look like? He scratches his arm.
As your drop of blood, and you do bleed.
Yeah, I would like to say his blood is like an orange, like a bright orange color.
Ooh.
Okay.
Like lava.
Need to drink more water.
You got to get down to between the cracks. You can.
The color that emits from the vial when your blood is dropped into the solution, your orange-like blood instantly changes. And the color that you see emit from the solution is a deep Vanta black.
Oh.
Wow.
At this, Lestray's eyebrows both raise up into, oh.
That's a good one, isn't it?
And they immediately furrow into concern.
Doesn't
Oh
seem
my
like
God,
it's a
you
good one.
broke it.
Flower hovers over his shoulder and is like watching cautiously.
Alex looks at the vial, her eyebrows furrowed, and looks at Listry. Rhodes,
Yes.
you come from the elemental plane of Earth, yes?
Yeah, that's great.
Right. I'm going to have to do a little bit of research on your blood as well. And we'll have a conversation later. Okay?
Oh. Yeah. It's
Very well.
exciting. I'll see you later.
Taking this
that-
really well.
What kind of conversation?
The reaction to the solution was very interesting.
Is it the
And
shadow thing? Shadow something? Rhodes is very nice and would never hurt anyone for any reason. I know, I traveled with him for a long time.
I don't know what it is. And I believe you when you say you don't want to hurt anybody, but I need to do my research. And that will take some time. So,
Right. Well, you know where to find me. I'm just around here.
of course. Thank you all for your donation. Well, that's all this was about. Priya, when I have an answer for you, I will call you to the study or my chambers, which you now know where they are.
I thank you.
Wow.
Are you jealous?
Listry kind of takes all the vials and puts them into a like a container of sorts, all separated. And she labels them and then puts them away. Right. Well, I hope the rest of your days are good.
Yours as well.
We don't have a contract, a job after this, do we?
We will contact you when another job comes up.
Okay.
Okay, I want to try something. See if my... Oh boy. I changed the scene. And it's taking
thinking.
forever. I was afraid of that. Oh
Doing it fast.
no!
Nice.
Okay.
It took a while to load before it. Just give it a minute. Like, even when your internet is working,
That's true.
takes a second.
Oh, I'm there.
Yep, it loaded.
I got it.
Huzzah!
It's loaded.
I'm in.
Okay.
I'm in. You son of a bitch, I'm in.
Man,
Yay! Okay, cool. So, well, after that, the rest of the day is yours. Any
Flower,
plans?
after they leave the Listry's, like, office tower place, Flower will look at Priya and say, "That wasn't fair. Are you okay?"
Maybe a little worried, but I'm okay. Okay.
But like, are you?
And I think so. I'm a little optimistic because I had a few questions that they might be able to answer now.
You don't know your parents.
I do, and I don't at the same time. I know my mother very well. Knew my mother very well.
I'm sorry.
Well, that's a
That
conversation
sounds
for another day.
complicated.
Very complicated. I'm still trying to find my dad.
Well, if you find mine, let me know.
Is he missing too?
No, not really. I know exactly where he is. He's just never around.
I see. So if you know where he is, I do not know how I can help you find him.
It was a joke.
Oh,
Because he's like never around, so like maybe someone else will see him. But never mind. It's okay. I was just trying to like lighten the mood, I guess. Sorry for trying.
Why is the mood?
Sorry
Why
for
is the mood so
trying.
down? What's to be worried about?
Rhodes,
Yeah.
they seem a little concerned with your blood. Are you not concerned about that?
Why should I be?
Because
I know who I am. I don't care what their blood thingy says.
Oh, sure, but they seem to have a very strong opinion about blood and what it contains, and that could cause you problems. They might cause you problems.
It really could, Rhodes. It's dangerous to have special blood.
Is it?
It can be,
Oh.
depending on who. Some people give a lot of opinions about what your blood is like, or what's in it.
Well, that doesn't seem very good.
It's not.
It's not.
And it's not fair, but it could happen. I would hate it for it to happen to you, but if it does, I'll stand with you.
Well, that's good to know. Well, I'll stand with you as well.
I got you.
Yeah, we all got each other. No problem. Smile.
Rhodes, can you teach me to run better and hit things?
I'm better and hit things. Yeah, I can do that.
Okay.
That's
runs
not
off.
bothering us for the rest of the day.
Runs off into the front yard.
Okay.
Oh, here I go. He's gonna run after her.
And with that, the rest of the day, I'll say whatever you guys want to start training for, you'll have 6 hours to train towards something of downtime. Actually, you could probably do 8 hours of training towards something that you want to work towards.
What did we say about how many hours you needed?
It's
to train?
in downtime activities.
Downtime.
That's where it is. Thank you.
As I did have a job lined up, but I do want to wait for Kenya for next week. So the rest of the day will be downtime activities. So Flower, you're looking to raise your constitution?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You have 8 hours towards that. Priya, do you have anything that you want to work on for the
She would go to the study and research dragons.
dragons? Okay. Are you working towards anything in particular via the downtime activities?
That's what she's working on. She's looking for a specific dragon.
Looking for a specific dragon. Okay.
Take a wild guess.
Yeah, I know which one. Okay. You okay. Well, this is going to require a roll then. So it is going to require an investigation check to try and find information.
It's gonna be great.
It's a high DC.
Aw, 12.
Yeah, you don't find much about dragons, particularly bronze dragons. Rhodes, are you just helping Flower train, or
Yeah.
you're gonna
Well,
go
he
into
is
your own
helping,
training?
He's helping Flower train. I don't know exactly what else he'd be doing.
Oh, I
Right
mean-
now I have to think about it.
If you want to like have that training time, like I can have Flower
Oh.
try to bother one of the actual instructors too.
Yeah, no. I don't know what Rhodes would do right now. I can't think of a good use of his time other than helping Flower, which is exactly what he would want to do, especially if she asked.
Adorable.
Okay.
Yeah. Like, he's cool to just run. Work on that.
Okay. Do you want to put these to maybe a skill proficiency? Are you proficient in athletics or acrobatics?
No, I'm not. So
if you want to
I'm
put
actually
this
not proficient in acrobatics.
Okay. You can start into downtime if you want acrobatics as a skill proficiency.
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay.
Yeah, we could do that.
Thrym?
Yes, I don't know exactly how to do this, but I think Thrym is gonna want to hang out with Gavin a lot
Okay.
and try to kind of see how he does his armors and some of the differences, and if he can learn anything from him, possibly.
Sure. Yeah.
I mean, it wouldn't really factor into his skill or anything, I don't think.
Gavin isn't much of a talker.
Oh, I feel like we would be talking through the craft rather than actually talking with words.
Even then, he's not much of a talker. He's more of a doer. But make just a general charisma check.
Charisma, huh?
Mm-hmm.
You're very charming.
Thank you. But in game, though.
Oh, you're fucked. Oh, that wasn't so bad.
14.
With a 14, you notice that on his helms, he does a weird technique that you don't know about. His helms are a bit lighter than anything that you ever seen made. And he doesn't show you how he does it, he just does it, and you see it happen.
He's kneeling and work hardening them.
What?
He's
Something about chickens.
annealing and work hardening them.
Okay, gotcha. I trust your insight on this.
Metalworking terms.
But, yeah, I'm not a metalworker, nor do I. I just know that. Yeah.
This was not supposed to be a hiccup and everything. Just keep going.
Okay. But you do learn the start of maybe a new technique for making elms. Grim? Okay.
Excellent.
Wake, are you continuing your study of nature?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I said you got in about 4 hours.
Yeah.
Okay. You can spend another 4 hours for the day to reach your 8 hours max. And
then he would probably be bored after that.
Okay. I think you could probably pull some more books to learn a little bit more and study. And Priya's there. Do you want to help anybody else with their study or workouts or anything like that?
Fuck that. Wick looks for some water.
Some water? Okay.
Yeah. Like a fountain or a pool or
There's a fountain in the middle.
Yeah, the courtyard has a fountain.
I see it. It's right here.
A pretty big
that's
one.
the one.
Are you gonna sit in it?
Yeah, he sits in it.
That's so cute.
That's great. All right.
You have a little.
Are you in your full garb? Just plop.
I mean, he rolls his leggings up and then sits in it, and then just messes around with shaped water, practicing different shapes.
That's cute.
Cool.
The baby's
It's mostly him
in the
just
bathtub.
playing around. He's fucking bored.
Oh, well. Shoot.
You
When
don't have to apologize for my PC being bored. I'm not bored.
Good. All right. Zira, are you working on anything?
Yeah, I think I need to hit the gym. Get that
Okay.
strength up.
Okay.
That 9 strength is hurting.
All right. So you're gonna put towards a feat with an ASI or ASI?
I guess I don't know what any that was like a foreign language just now.
ASI stands for ability score improvement. So
Yeah.
Oh,
a feat
yeah,
with an
yeah,
ASI means a feat with an attribute increase, or just a straight
Okay.
attribute increase.
Okay.
Yeah,
you
let's
spend
go with it.
you spend 8 hours with Rhodes and Flower just working on your physicality.
Sounds good.
We out in the garden?
Yeah, you can be out in the garden on like the course, the obstacle
Just
course.
curious for running around Wake while he's just sitting in the fountain.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask too.
He just kind of waves at you
In that case,
with a
there
giant
is
water
something-
hand.
There is something Rhodes wanted to work on, but it's with Wake. Rhodes would approach. Hey, I'd asked you. I thought maybe you could show me a little bit about those that druid magic you were doing with the stones.
Oh, right. Aye, the magic stone. I'd be happy to show you what I know.
Yeah, if we could just work on that a little bit together, I think I could benefit quite
That's
a bit.
fine. I ain't moving.
That's fine. You can stay right there. You look really comfortable in the water.
Water's nice.
Yeah.
He pulls, like he opens up his bag and he pulls out some, they're kind of volcanic rock. And he pulls a handful of them out and says, all right, so you, well, hang on a minute. Have you ever, he kind of looks at you for a long moment and he says, can you do any magic, Rose?
No, not a bit.
All
Well,
right.
other than making my skin hard, that's something I can do. Or just a little bit.
Kakuna.
Whip blinks a few times. All right. Well, no problem.
Only
Harden.
twice a day.
Uses Harden.
Yeah, I can only use Harden twice a day.
All right. Well, it's one of the first things I learned. And he hands you one of the rocks.
He'll cup it in his hands. Oh, this is a nice one.
So typically, the way I do it is will the latent magic of the world within the stone out to the surface.
Oh, I think I know what you mean, yeah?
And then, once the stone's imbued with the magic, you just throw it at something. Or you put it in a sling.
All right. Give that a try. Yeah, and I think Rhodes spends the rest of the day. He's like he'll sit down on the edge of the fountain with his feet in the water.
Just
I imagine
on a rock.
I imagine Flower and Zira are like doing like play fighting in the back, like trying to gain strength and constitution
Okay.
together. I mean, we're all out here.
Yeah. So I mean, if you're going over like Magic Stone and all that stuff with
Yeah, Wake's going to
Wake?
try to teach him the druid cantrip Magic Stone.
Okay.
This is just laying some groundwork for later. Last.
Yeah. Well, it would change the 8 hours to 4. That's one.
Yeah,
That's
that's
the only
fine.
thing. Okay.
That's cool.
All right.
Yeah.
So that's what happens for the rest of the day, and I think that's where we'll call the session.
Nice.
So, play RP vote. We'll start with at the bottom of my list, Ben.
You fucker. Okay, well, actually, it's quite easy. I know exactly who I want to pick. I'm gonna pick for Flower because she is so bright and so happy. And then bam, you get kicked right in the nuts.
Thank you.
Sad. Sad. And I like how protective she is over the people she cares about.
Yeah. Gannon?
Was it Priya who first offered to do the blood thing?
It
Or
was
who
Flower.
offered- who
Flower
stood
was
up?
Flower
Yeah,
was the
I
one.
was the one getting the poke anyway.
Flower was
one
the one that
that
was
is-
like, "Fuck that!
yes.
Take my blood. Take my blood too."
Yeah.
All of you fucking
Right.
surprised the shit out of Lystri and the
I am
others.
Spartacus.
Yeah, I think that was a really cool moment, standing up for Priya and
Yeah.
and all of us sort of giving the blood to make her feel better about.
And
what
then
was happening.
Rhodes accidentally outs himself or something.
Yeah. What the
guess,
hell is
yeah.
that? That's interesting.
I don't know.
Why
That's
is your
class.
blood crude oil?
It's because he's
Oh, it's
really made of
orange.
earth.
It's orange like
Why is it
Right?
It's orange.
copyrighted?
It reacted
turned
and
crude
turned
oil.
black.
Yeah. I don't know.
Even Vanta Black, so it's copyrighted.
Man,
Do you
Rhodes
know at all,
Kenny
Gannon?
is
Like,
the
is the
fossil
player
fuel.
like, huh?
I was like, okay, that's cool.
Sure, whatever. Yeah.
I think Penn's asking why you think if the player knows why.
If I know,
that.
I don't have any specific reasons.
You're just like,
That's
okay, I
why.
guess.
It is
guess.
a mystery.
have-
Sure.
I have theories, but I can't say anything.
Sure.
So
That's fair. All right.
to Flower.
To Flower then. Asenji.
Oh boy. Yeah, lots of great moments. I think I'm gonna have to give it to Flower, because of just making me stressed out when she's talking to other people. I feel there's something that just ticks me off, and I'm like, oh, okay, help her, someone, please. So yeah, definitely Flower.
I'm very glad I'm playing her correctly.
Like watching a
Alright.
toddler unescorted by a parent, you're like, oh god, I hope they're okay.
Emily.
I mean, it's always difficult. I think I'm gonna give it to Priya
Me.
for her cheerful obliviousness around Wake, and also like kind of just the way that she kind of handled the whole like blood situation. Like it's clear that she's concerned, but like the lack of understanding of what's going on is also really clear. But I also really liked the kind of cool reveal that like, oh wait, you could maybe find my like groundwork that was laid about the parents. Like I think that whole scene did a lot for kind of giving us kind of a glimpse of what was going to come next with these characters in a lot of ways. And I really liked how like you kind of seized that moment to set up some like future stuff for Priya.
Yeah.
Good deal. All right. Echo.
My vote is for Priya because of how on my toes I have to be as Wake around this bitch.
That's gonna be
Oh my God.
constant for a long time. It's gonna be great. I'm having a great time.
I'm glad you're enjoying it. It is not always easy to like I have like if something happens, I'm like, well, Wake would know what to do, but then I'm like, but he's next to Priya.
It
So-
brings me so much joy. You have no idea. Or maybe you do, and that's why you did it.
I'm having fun with it, but it is a challenge, and you are making it more challenging, and I appreciate that. So
I live to make your life a challenge, Echo.
I know. You do.
Awesome. Sin.
I'm gonna be the combo breaker here. I was actually gonna vote for Rhodes because I like that he just was like, yeah, whatever. They just took my blood. It's cool. Like, did not care and was like super upbeat about it, and everyone else is like about it, and
Are
he's
you
just
good,
like, yeah,
bro?
it's cool. Yeah.
I
was
trust
like,
everyone.
oh
It
my
will be
God,
fine.
They're taking our blood. Did you see that? Distrust, no like. Why do they want our blood? And then he's just like, cool, take it. Yeah, whatever. Something bad happened? Yeah, trust him.
Black as
Like,
night.
I wasn't using
Sure.
that blood anyway. That's fine.
yeah, exactly. So that
Everybody
yeah.
else had different colors. What's wrong with that one?
Yeah.
Ominous.
Super black.
Yep.
That's
Okay.
what was so funny to me.
So,
Exactly.
His pet rock is black. What's wrong with that?
It's true.
No one's saying there's anything wrong with being black.
Yeah. Come on. What's going on?
Oh my god.
I want to honorable mention Zira's really. There's moments where there's a little bit of softness, and it's good.
Ah,
Yeah.
cool.
I loved Zira's bombastic side eye when Priya put her hand on her hand. This
and,
bitch, what the fuck?
Why are
and
you
Thrym-
touching me?
Thrym, you're doing a great job as a dwarf. I just like the classic
are.
dwarf. It's great. Yes. But Flower, you get a point of inspiration for the
Thanks,
players.
guys.
You've done it.
Y'all. All right. Well, I hope y'all had fun. It was mostly RP. And I apologize for the Foundry and my internet
It's not your fault.
tonight. But
Echo is very familiar with Foundry issues and
Oh,
internet
yeah.
issues.
I
Sometimes
hope,
they're the worst.
yeah.
Oh, also I wanted the AI picture only on Discord. I still want my cartoon picture
Oh.
on yeah,
Okay, I'm gonna need
that picture.
that picture again.
Yeah, that's fine.
Pass.
Yes.